Hello, in this video I want to remember you that there are Purrely effects or situations you could forgot, and I want to remember you on a few things. Maybe you didn't know one of these, or you forgot about the effects. Let's start with a pretty basic one. Every Purrely exceed have an effect you can use when you attached a quick spell to the XC monster. For example, Plump, when he chains on a quick spell and attach it, you can banish one monster on the field non-target. So maybe a Nibiru token or a card you can't target. You can banish until the end phase, and Beauty can, when he attached a quick spell, can change the battle position. This is sometimes really helpful when you try to make the happy OTK. Happiness, the effect when he attached a spell card is that you can bounce a spell trap on the field, also non-target. It's really crazy. And Noir can bounce 2 cards on the field, on the opponent's field, by discarding 1 card from your hand. You have no costs with the quick spells. The effects, for example the life points gain and discard special, or the protection one, is all happening on resolve. So when your opponent ashes one of these quick spell, you don't protect or make the life points thing, and you don't discard. Some people think that the discard effect is part of the cost, or there once a lot of people ask you when you activate a quick spell if you want a special, because they have an Ash Blossom and they have to ash the spell before you discard 1 card. When you already discard a card, they cannot ash this because it's too late. The next thing is some simplified game states, when you know the most of the cards of your opponent. Maybe he has both monsters and 1 unknown card in hand. It could be relevant to ignore some effects. So maybe he has this monsters and you have pretty memory and happy memory and street. You go into the main phase, activate street, so your monsters cannot be targeted. You activate happy, special summon Lily. Your opponent could Fenrir, the field spell, but it doesn't matter. In this case, when he banishes it, it's okay. When not, is also fine. But you could ignore the effect to search, because when you search, for example my friend, your opponent could troll you. But when you don't search and you activating straight up the second effect, make happiness, you could attack, would be destroyed, effect to add delicious, and this is in damage steps, so your opponent can't troll you, and then you can make the OTK line under troll. Your opponent cannot activate troll in the whole combo, so sometimes is it worth that you don't add with Lily. Your heap could be relevant in graveyard, for example when you have a big noir and you use the effect to put one card on the bottom. You have to detach your XC monster for the first time you're activating the effect, because when your opponent activates something like Forbidden Droplet and your Noir don't have enough materials to be unaffected, in the most cases Forbidden Droplet sends monster or spells. You could chain Heap in the graveyard, targeting Noir or other Purrely monster in your graveyard to shuffle back, and then you chain Noir to shuffle more cards back. It's a little thing to play around Droplet. In a lot of cases, the best play to do in the battle phase is crash with an XC monster. In the best case, it's Happiness. So when you can't OTK your opponent, you special summon, for example, Happiness, and attack straight up the monster with more attack your opponent control. Your XC monster would be destroyed, and then you have a few trigger. You have Street and My Friend, and when you have attacked with Happiness, you have Happiness 2. When you attacked with another XC monster, you have only these both. Street is mandatory, so you have to activate Street as chaining 1, and then you can search what is chaining 2 or 3. I'd like to do My Friend on chaining 2 and Happiness on chaining 3, because your opponent could only Solemn Strike or something like that, the Happiness. He cannot ash it because it's damage step, but when you activate My Friend on chaining 3, he could go spell the card, and this is really crucial. But when your crash play works, you do chaining 1, chaining 2, chaining 3, Happiness, search something like Delicious Memory. From My Friend you get Pretty, Happy, Sleepy, and from the field spell you could special summon a Purrely, for example. There can Excavate, maybe you find another Purrely card, and in main phase 2 you can make better plays because you have a lot of quick spell. You can summon Plum, can attach Pretty to send cards from your graveyard to attach cards your opponent control, chain another, make a big noir, set a card, attach again, and so you can clear the board of your opponent better, and you have a big beat stick or a big tower. Against Branded, you summon your Noir, try to attach 2 Delicious so he can't out Noir with his engine because it's too big and unaffected. The only card in the most cases Branded could out Noir is Herald of the Abyss. So what you do is don't activate Noir, so he can't thrust into Herald you, but when you use Herald hard draw, or you activate the effect to draw or shuffle back, and then he activates thrust into Herald, what you can do is set one quick spell. When he activated Herald, he says Dark Fairy, so you have to send Noir, and when you chain a quick spell, you could special summon Lily from deck, and because Lily is Fairy and Dark too, you can send Lily from the graveyard. So sometimes it's really useful to make your XC monster, your Noir, a little bit smaller, but you can play around Herald when you set one quick spell. Quick reminder, when you summon your Noir first turn, try to summon it in the right zone always, because that plays around Anima, because Anima take this zones, and Moon Maiden, they take this zones when he summoned here, and this zones when he summoned here. The right zone is always safe. Try to summon Noir here. Don't overextend after you make a crash play. So for this example, you summon Purrely, you summoned Happiness, and attack into a monster with more attack. Your monster will be destroyed, and you have some triggers: chaining 1, chaining 2, chaining 3. You're adding Delicious, adding up to 3 cards, and special summon Purrely. Then maybe you find another Purrely card, but it doesn't matter. And main phase 2, you could summon Plump. Then you can activate your quick spell, attach, discard, special Purrely, do it again, special summon maybe a second Purrely, and then when your opponent has Nip, you lose on the spot because your Street and your My Friend are already triggered and you have no cards left. So what you do is don't summon these guys. Your Purrely was your first summon, your Happiness was your second summon. When you crash, you special summon Purrely, that's your third summon. Then you make Plump, activating the quick spells, chain, but don't special summon Purrelys from deck. You could activate Pretty and send maybe the last remaining spell or My Friend to attach 1 card your opponent control, and then your 5th summon is Noir and your opponent cannot Nibiru you. Play always around Nibiru, especially in game 1 and game 2 or 3. Your opponent, I think, side Nibiru out, so you don't have to respect Nibiru so much in game 2 or 3, but yeah, try to don't run into it. And the last thing is when you maybe has Purrely and My Friend as your only engine card, start with Purrely, because when you use Purrely first, the probabilities to find a Purrely card is slightly higher as when you start with My Friend, because My Friend is a guaranteed hit for a quick spell, and your Purrely after you used My Friend has a slightly worse chance to hit a quick spell. So keep in mind, keep the order right, first Purrely, then My Friend. So that's all for this video. When you have any questions about the Purrely deck, something like rulings or things you want to know about, whatever it is, ask in the comments. I try to answer really quick, or when your question is really interesting, I could make a video about your question. So yeah, stay tuned, ask in the comments, and we will see you on the next video.